Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
When my dad was a kid back in the 1940s, when the whole family got together, the adults would eat first, while the cousins played outside. They had plenty of food, though probably not enough room in the house for everyone, so the kids had to wait. But he had one aunt who would sneak some chicken legs or something out to the kids, knowing that their mouths watered in anticipation of that feast. That's what the Bible does for us about heaven. It gives us just a little taste of what's behind those pearly gates, just enough to get us excited about our future home. Depending on which version you use, the Bible mentions heaven almost 700 times. Isaiah, Ezekiel, and John tried to describe what they saw when the Lord brought them up for just a brief visit. But I imagine it's much like trying to describe colors to someone born blind. Yet, as Christians, we know our citizenship is there rather than here. It's our true home where we were made to live forever. We know heaven is a place God lives, and Jesus says that we too will be there because He's preparing a place for us, and that glorious place will be part of our inheritance, our reward, so that we will live there together with Him, and we will see God. In heaven, all things will be brand new, including our bodies. No taint of sin can touch us, no death, nor pain, or sorrow. In fact, the Bible says God will wipe away every tear from our eyes, and we will rejoice forever and reign with Him. Isaiah describes our relationship with nature and how even a child can lead around a lion. Honestly, I believe that even those of us with great imaginations can't possibly imagine how awesome heaven will be. And that's great for our future, but my question is, how does the hope of heaven change my here and now? I think we can find that answer in Hebrews 11. The writer talked about the faith of Abel, Enoch, Noah, and Abraham and Sarah, and then he wrote, "These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were assured of them, embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. For those who say such things declare plainly that they seek a homeland. And truly, if they had called to mind the country from which they had come out, they would have had the opportunity to return. But now they desire a better, that is, a heavenly country. Therefore, God is not ashamed to be called their God, and He has prepared a city for them." That's how we should live, by faith, trusting and obeying the Lord, always keeping in mind that this is not our home. So while we're waiting to go home, God gives us lots of things to do. As Jesus told His disciples, we are to go into all the world, preach, baptize, and disciple others. We're to love one another, be joyful, be thankful, pray, serve one another, live in expectancy. As a friend of mine put it, studying about heaven should make the unseen my motive for living and serving in my seen. In other words, heaven should be our motive for living holy lives and loving others. Not as an effort to get there, but out of love for the one who prepared it for us. And this type of life of holiness and love is part of my calling as a Christian, my purpose, not just what I do in my spare time or when it's convenient. It's not part of my life. It's my focus, with everything else falling into place around it. As we look forward to heaven, how are you challenged by God's call on your life?
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you can find in the description below. Thank you for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.